The RJB.
Every time they see us come, watch them demons shake.
Hey man, here you come with all that stuff, man. Come on, let's go, man.
Life and death is in your tongue, so watch what you say.
Hey, real talk, what you say around here too, man? Real
Cause
talk.
names hold weight. If you don't know about Father Rahai, cause names hold weight. And you don't know about his son Yeshai, cause names hold weight. Receive the gift of Ruach Hadah, cause names hold weight. Forever screaming, Kwam Yasharala, cause names hold weight.
You ain't gotta tell me names whole way. I'm calling a higher, calling them out, kicking them tables over, just like Yeshaya. Digital download of the hard copy, man, I'm 2x2s. Some of these Hebrews be acting feminine, we call them 2 wonk fools. I'm laughing at them, same time one foot past them. I ain't trying to be the boys' favorite rapper. They only rap cause they Twitter popular. That's the difference between me and them. I'm the son of Jacob, they the son of sin. The rock open, so I'ma go on in. We don't go ham, but we go shim. I'll gut that bird, put his fur on. Great warrior like Gideon. I tell you the truth, do what you do. I can't judge you like Gideon. I get these boys from my album. Ruach is my ghost rider, word Shami Allah. I'm ready for that war, you know I'm a rider. Left hand on my strap, right hand on my Bible. Yeah, every day I'm getting tested, but I don't fall, guess that's progression. Got a whole list of do's and don'ts. Just have a seat, yeah, class session. Praise the Father, yeah, that's a blessing. You can relate to somebody in the same stages. Yeah, I love them when the beat bang, but you know they hate it when we're Judah make it. Yeah.
Every time they see us come, watch them demons shake.
Hey man, here you come with all that stuff, man. Come on, let's go, man.
Life and death is in your tongue, so watch what you say.
Hey, real talk, what you say around here too, man? Real
Cause
talk.
names hold weight. If you don't know about Father Rahai, cause names hold weight. And you don't know about his son Yeshai, cause names hold weight. Receive the gift of Ruach Hadah, cause names hold weight. Forever screaming, Kwam Yasharala, cause names hold weight.
Jake, mind what you telling me. Cause I sit through muddy water and I ain't buying no dreams. So you best watch what you selling me. Lou and Misery out the STL, I'm out the Triple D, but like we come from the same place. Cause if you stated, then you have to show me it like I come straight out that show me state. Our doctors best coordinate, our powers best correlate. And we live for Yeshaya, so if we inspire your son, who him gon' resuscitate? Real Judah, you ain't holy, but I still see through it. We all messing, you Satan's recycling bin. The way you let him reuse ya. Try to walk my walk, cause the journey to the kingdom, man, is like a foot race. Try to use the fruits of the spirit, but then they be acting just like some fruitcakes. I turn my cheek for his name's sake, but brother, I only have 2 of them. So you best leave me alone for I smash principalities and vessels they be residing in. I take it for Christ, the highs and the lows. Said after we're watching, inspired my flows. I pray for a higher by having Messiah. They are my power, you already know. The way Jake's haters like we the star, but they got it all wrong. Show about the Father, Son, and Spirit, man. If I'm super, Shy, this be my theme song.
Every time they see us come, watch them demons shake.
Hey man, here you come with all that stuff, man. Come on, let's go, man.
Life and death is in your tongue, so watch what you say.
Hey, real talk, what you say around here?
Welcome. This is Real Talk 101, Sunday afternoon, 6 to 8 p.m. Real Talk 101, The Devil Exposed. If you haven't been with us here before, my name is Bradley Trammell, co-host this show with my partner Orlando Boyd. And what we do on a weekly basis, what we have the privilege to do, what we have the honor to do, is to come, we talk about the goodness and the grace of the Most High God, Yahweh, and at the same time we expose his enemy who works feverishly in this world to trap souls and cause them to miss out on salvation. We start off the show with testimonies, prayer requests, things that we've experienced in the past week, and we see where the spirit goes from there, the Ruach. Thing that blows me away about it is we never sit down at this table with a plan. We may have done it like way back in the past, but for weeks and months on end, that's not the type of script that we've had. We had no script. And it blows my mind because to expose the devil, which I'm planning to do right now, he works on us on a daily basis. You know what I'm saying? Different tests, different trials that the Most High allows to come our way to test our faith, our patience, and ultimately our trust in him. And today, my joint is, I ain't going to say shaken, but it's been severely tested for the past 24, 48 hours. But it's become commonplace for me now, especially with, the opportunity to come in here on a Sunday evening. I already expect Sunday, Saturday night, something to happen that I can't make no sense of. So before I get into that, we're going to go through some prayer requests real quick. I ask that y'all continue to lift up my family. We buried my grandmother this past Monday. So the continual prayers for the healing process that takes and the grieving process. I was sitting with my family last night having Vespers, and they said, you know, what's the roughest thing that you got to deal with? He's like, it's the roughest thing that my uncle said he has to deal with right now. So many people coming up to him saying, how do you feel? He's like, well, I just lost my mother. You asked me about 48, 72 hours later, asked me how I feel. So I feel like I just lost my mother. You know, and we realize people are saying it out of because they don't know what else to say. Right. They're saying it because they want to be confident in some way, shape, or form, but they don't know a better way to convey their feelings and be authentic. And it made me think of sometimes how I petition the Most High. Like, Lord, forgive me. You know, I mean it. He knows I want forgiveness. He knows I yearn for it, but my words don't convey the sincerity that's in my heart, and it's difficult to do that. I just saw the parallel with that even just now. Be with also the Brooks side of my family, because another member of our family was lost within under 2 weeks. I got cousins named Omar and Akeem, J.R. and Michael. I've talked about them before. They lost their grandmother this past Thursday from what I heard. So they're about to funeralize her this coming Friday. So it's like they were giving me their condolences about a week ago. Now I'm doing the same thing for them, you know. It's good we have support like that. I want to also lift up Keidra. There's been she's having a soul searching right now, you know what I'm saying? And I can tell she's something has sparked, something has awakened. And I'm praying that the devil don't put that out. Because just when you get motivated to do something positive and to make change, all types of distractions come. And they come by way of some of your best friends.
That's true. Family too.
Family too. That's correct. And I pray that doesn't happen in her case. I pray that, you know what I'm saying, she hears the Lord's voice clearly, and that she responds to it. You know, I'm praying for the manifestation in His power in her life. I also want to lift up both Bill and E. After what you told me on the phone last night, and knowing what I know about Bill, just lift both of them brothers up in prayer. I know you're going to talk about him more. I'll give you a chance to do that. It's your brother. But lift them up. And I just want y'all to know, man, when we ask y'all this, we're not asking we serious. You know what I'm saying? You can see it on our faces, in our body language when we come here. It's been rough. But I'm glad the Most High done put something in us to withstand what we go through. Because, shoot, there'd be many people be like, man, forget this. I ain't doing this. But it's a privilege to do so. It's a burning in my bones that I got to come on here and do this. If I don't, I'm going to be messed up. Testimony, though. Actually, we do testimonies after prayer. Oh, what you got for prayer requests, man?
Prayer requests. I am in the process of anticipating a miracle from the Most High.
Amen.
And you know how me and the Most High get down, man. I ain't the perfect servant. He knows that, but you know which one of the jokers he picked in the scriptures was perfect. But I believe, and that's something that I wanted to touch on today, magic versus miracles. But just simply by definition, the distinction between the two. Health, man, increased health. We beat ourselves up, man.
Yes, we do.
You know, I didn't anticipate being 39. You know, the Most High blessed me to see 39 on the 20th of February. And I spent my birthday even in the hospital. You know what I'm saying? In the emergency room. Blood pressure tripping. So just continue to pray for healing. You know, that he touch your boy, that he break the strongholds that the enemy got. They keep trying to draw me back to alcohol, cigarettes. You know, I've been firm enough to not climb no trees, you know, since my birthday. But, you know, I want to. I ain't gonna lie. We talked about it last night, man. I'm tired of feeling dumb. You know what I'm saying? That's me. It don't do what it used to do to me no more, man. But healing, miracles, man. The Most High is a miracle worker. And that's the thing about it is that we sometimes confuse miracles with magic. You know, the miracles that Moses performed in the sight of Pharaoh, his magicians copied them. You know what I'm saying? But he couldn't do what the Most High ultimately ended up doing. Ain't no magic on part of Red Sea and allow a group of people to walk through on dry land. That's the type of miracle I'm anticipating. You know what I'm saying? A Red Sea part, man. I'm anticipating, I expect it. And I believe he's going to do it. And he just showed me a little something in Isaiah, which he do. We'll get to it at some point. Isaiah 49. If you watching and you got your Bible, you can read ahead. But healing, like you said, your family, Omar and them, I'm not sure their last name, but you know, with the Turner, the Brooks family, the Trammell family, the Wagner family, the Fordham family, you know, our family in general. There we go. Look, it's funny, right? You know what? Let's just go ahead and pray. Because I already see the devil trying to act up.
All right. Bow your heads, Most High. Thank you for bringing us here again. Thank you for getting us here safely. Thank you for covering us when we make mistakes. Thank you for protecting us when we don't deserve it. Your grace and mercy. How can we ever repay you? How can we say thank you enough? All we can say is hallelujah. Thank you. Thank you. I lift up all the families that are represented here, all the people that come in and out of this studio. Please be with them, forgive them, and bless them. Please be with our grieving families and be with us as we cope with loss. And we heard you a miracle worker. And as I read my scriptures, it says that your ruach will be poured out even more so in these last days than the ones in the former. Greater things are to occur, greater things than what we have read about. And then there are things that weren't even written down that were done, and we're going to exceed and surpass those. And we look forward to that because you have promised it, and we claim it because all we have to do is believe and have faith. We thank you for hearing and answering prayer. We thank you for the answers that are already on the way, for the angels that are already dispatched. Though they might be delayed, they will show up right on time. Right on time. Thank you for the monumental blessing of this past week, which we will go into. Pour your spirit into this session as you have before. Be with the listeners, those who may listen now and later. Let your words reverberate in their hearts and in their minds so that they may come to learn and know you better. We thank you for this opportunity. Your son, Yeshua's name, I pray. Amen.
Amen.
This past week, when I was at the repast, my grandmother's funeral, I was approached by this brother named Pete Palmer, who I've known from back in the day. He used to substitute teach when I was in elementary school, and then he was a pastor at my church for a while. But now he's actually the executive secretary of the Allegheny East Conference. I didn't quite know the title at first when I told you about it earlier, but that's his title. And me not knowing this, he came up to me at the repast just to break conversation, just asking me what I was doing. Told him about the music project, told him about this, told him about a couple other engagements that Hood Proud has. And I said, I haven't even talked about a tent in months, but someone just told me to bring it up. And I asked him, I was just like, man, we really need a tent. I ain't seen a tent effort in decades. It was the last time you seen one of that. And he looked at me in my eye. He was like, brother, that can happen. And I was like, yeah, I hope so. You know what I'm saying? It's the Most High blessed. But he's like, no, you don't understand. Do you know my position? Do you know what I do? I was like, no. I was like, well, anyway, let me put it like this. Your uncle and your family, they may have their hands tied. My hands are not. I can push stuff through. He looked at me, said it with confidence. He's like, that can happen. And so I was like, oh, all right. And then he asked me just another arbitrary question. He's like, do you know Cliff Fields? And I was like, nah, I don't know who that brother is. But he told me, he was like, Cliff has opened a drug treatment facility in District Heights off Silver Hill Road, and he's looking to start a church in the drug treatment facility. Have a chapel in there, and he wants somebody to come in there and run the services. And I was just like, why? I was like, he's like, it's urban ministry. I couldn't believe my ears. I was like, all right, well, he was like, look, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to hook you guys up. You guys have a conversation, meet up if necessary. No promises are made. Just see what happens. And this past Friday, me, and Darian pulled up to that drug treatment facility where we met Cliff. He was in the process or in the middle of having group with a couple people who had come from probation. They were having legal trouble. The majority of the crowd that's in there were having legal problems, and they were in there to, have group. And man, I sat down within a couple minutes. He was just like, find your way into the conversation and just go. And all I know is after I sat down, I felt like I was engaged, and I went in and I said whatever the Most High gave me to say. And it was powerful because the dialogue was going. We were talking about how do you recognize when your man or your woman cheating. And while this discussion was being talked about, some people in the room were quiet. Some people in the room were very vocal. Some people were overly vocal. You could tell they were speaking from pain. And Cliff, even at the end of the session, said, a lot of us speak from pain and past experiences that other people in the room don't even know about. But that's why we're here. We open these sessions with prayer. We close them with prayer. But in the end, we're all building each other up so we can see a glimpse of the spirit of the Most High. And when he was saying that, I was like, man, it feels right. It felt like we were just in our niche. And I was just like, my heart started beating because in the middle of it, Cliff called me out of the room and walked me to his office. And then he showed me the chapel space. And as soon as I walked in there, I was like, oh, this is perfect. I could just see where the people would be sitting in the room. And then he had break-off rooms from the main room. He even had a prayer closet, one with like a door, like an accordion door. You pull that joint open and close. I was like, you'd be praying in there. And, later on, after we had the group session, O and Darian came in there. O saw the spot. I saw the room too. And then, to top it all off, his wife, who works there with him, she was like, what else you guys? I said, well, we going to have a tent effort. She said, you can put the tent right across the street. We go look out the window. It's a big old lot. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing there. It's a couple of trees, but it's a big enough lot to where you could put up a tent. And I was just like, I could just see it. Mm-hmm. I could just see it. And this is where we get transparent. Because as soon as I got back in the car, I was just like, this don't make no sense. How? It don't make no sense. Why? And I'm still in my mind. Let me put it to you like this. When the Father moves and he hits a milestone in your life, sometimes it causes you to have retrospect and rethink again, why in the world did he pick you? When you know you ain't qualified. And then you have people tell you, say, man, you just go into it effortlessly. You just do this and that. But I'm not me. I can't look outside of myself and see myself do what I'm doing. I'm only doing it while I'm under his influence. So when I got other people telling me that, I'm like, you saw what? And I remember feeling it, but it's like I gave up everything I was so that he can take control. He can be glorified. And there's an intense seriousness and intenseness that comes with that. And I always feel it on me. It's like, no, now souls are on the line to be saved. And when I get that alert in my system, in my mental, then all games are pushed to the side. And I'm focused and I'm locked in. Like a dog on a bone and he ain't eaten for months. And I'm just like, and I feel it. I feel everything that's coming out of me is coming with sincerity. It's coming, and I'm just like, but then I can go home and light up. I can go home and open the laptop. You know what I'm saying? I can go home and lunch out, think or watch something I shouldn't have binge watched, just waste time. And I'm just like, he's really calling me to do this? And it doesn't make any sense, but it makes perfect sense that right when I'm on the brink of this happening, the spiritual attacks hit that much harder, which is what I've been dealing with all day today. It's not a question of whether I'm qualified or not. I'm not. The only ways I'm qualified is because he picked me to be qualified, and that's it.
It's true.
And it's always it's always there. So my constant prayer, even while driving up here, because I told him, I'm praying in the car because I don't feel right leaving the house. I got to pray in the car. Raining, people going to a soccer game over there off Half Street in Southwood, all this rain. And I was like, this don't make no sense. People just walking all over the street, getting away in my car. I'm about to hit people. I'm like, why y'all outside? It's torrential rain coming down. Y'all going to a soccer game. Don't make no sense. It's cold. It's like 30-something degrees. It ain't time for that. It's winter. But, I'm just getting frustrated. I'm in the car, and he's showing me what's about to happen. And I'm just like, man. And so... And I've heard it said by my granddad before. He said, you ought to be able to see what Yah has for you and be intimidated by it, because that will show you that you can't handle it, accomplish it, or do anything with it unless he gives you the power to do so. If he brings you to something, you say, oh yeah, I got that. That's not where he excels. He excels when you see it. If Moses and the children of Israel are going to a lake, why would he need to part it? It's a lake. We'll just walk through the jump. Nah, this is a sea. You ain't crossing no sea. You got mountains on both sides and the enemy behind you. That's not something he could have managed, because they was complaining up until a point where he was like, stand fast. You know what? I'm getting confused because the Ten Commandments said that. The Commandments said, stand fast and witness the salvation of the Lord. I thought that was the best part of the movie when he said that, because right when he said that, that's when the Red Sea split. But I'm tempted to say the same daggone thing with this chapel and this drug treatment facility. Stand fast and watch the salvation of the Lord, man.
I mean, I ain't seen the movie, but I know the scriptures say that Moses stuck out his rod,
Right.
and the sea parted. So there was an action that was required on his part. It ain't like the Most High just threw the sea over.
Oh, yeah. He had to have
saying,
faith.
if he didn't believe that when he stuck that stick out, that sea was going to part, and he just stood there watched, waiting for the Most High to do it, Pharaoh, they might have crushed them people.
Yeah.
Scriptures might have read different. So it requires a element of faith on your part, which you in line. He also struck the rock instead of speaking to it.
Yeah.
Lighten up. What? He in control though.
Yeah.
He's still using you. You know what I'm saying? You still are responsible for these people that he's committed to you. Whether you knew they was going to be committed to you or not, which you didn't. And I was in there. Because I was watching the peoples, you know what I'm saying? And I didn't even really feel, even when I did speak, I didn't feel compelled to say, I didn't have to say anything. I just figured, let me chime in with something.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But I watched the spirit jump on you, bro, and Darian. I was in awe, and I saw the same thing you saw when we walked in the room. I saw the service taking place. I saw the tent being set up across the street. That was confirmation.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's done.
It's done.
It's done. It's going to happen. Not because we talk, well, not because we wanted to, but because we speaking it into existence, because it's already a part of his plan. It would have never even occurred if it wasn't a part of his plan. You know what I'm saying? That's it. And I think that's what we really need to come to grips with, especially when it comes to our prayer life. Faith, being the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen. It requires a miracle to have faith. But faith ain't got nothing to do with magic. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah, he can pull something out of thin air, but that ain't magic. You know what I'm saying?
Magic is illusion.
Magic is
Deception.
magic is a form of sorcery.
Yeah, misdirection.
Magic is, by definition, and you already know where I get my definitions from, you know, the Universal Reference Library. Magic is the pretended art of working by power over the hidden forces of nature or by the assistance of supernatural beings. The pretended art of working by power over the hidden forces of nature or by the assistance of supernatural beings, sorcery, witchcraft, enchantment, sleight of hand, second definition. Any hidden or secret power as the magic of beauty. It's my first time reading it. Matter of fact, I'm sitting in the truck, magic versus miracle.
Miracles.
I looked up the two definitions on my phone, and they didn't read nothing like this. So I figured I was gonna say this one, so we could be genuinely interacting.
Right.
Magic of beauty, huh?
Right. The magic.
You wonder why when you see them youngest man and they bad,
They
it's
put
something
you in the
supernatural.
trance.
There's something supernatural that takes
Put you
place.
in the trance.
It don't say the hidden forces of nature by the assistance of supernatural beings, sorcery, witchcraft, enchantment, sleight of hand, any hidden or secret power as the magic of beauty. Adjectives pertaining to, produced by, or exercising more than human power. The second one under the adjective, you know what I'm saying, the form of action, having seemingly supernatural effect, enchanting. That's magic. Like I said, the Most High told Moses to do certain things in the sight of Pharaoh. Pharaoh called in his magicians. They mimicked it.
They tried. Yep.
But the magic that they produced couldn't
Couldn't stand up to
the miracles.
the power.
The power of the miracle that the Most High performed. Have you ever seen that? I don't know what you would call the dude, but he's like an Asian, I guess. He's a magician, I guess. He just face changes. He got his outfit on and he'd do some crazy mess. It's like he just constantly got different masks. But man, it's wild to see. Now you know cameras and
Is like facial expressions? Or
nah, man, he got masks.
Oh.
It's like he's some type of Chinese or Korean. I can't remember the name of it. He dressed like in a old
Robe?
ancient looking garb from China or somewhere over there. People dancing around and stuff, and he walking around, groups of people, and he just, he'll shake his hand, he'll do something, and his face, the mask he has on will change.
Whoa.
And you see it. And they slowed it down, and it ain't no him turning this, it's just the face changes. And it's an ancient something. Magic is real.
It is.
You understand what I'm saying?
It is.
I was watching this dude on America's Got Talent or whatever. He got in the bed. He put the covers in and he jumped up and he was dressed up like just a whole other person. Might have been a female. I don't know. They got this show called The Carbonaro Effect. You know, David Blaine and all them other jokers. I've seen some stuff that blew my mind. I used to be intrigued by magic. I wanted to figure it out. You know what I'm saying? To debunk it. But I realized that it's real. It is real. There's supernatural forces that work. We was at King's Dominion. This dude walked up to us, and if I tell the story wrong, I apologize. But I think he either asked me if I had some change, or he asked my little sister. And I think I might have had 50 cents or a quarter. Might have been a quarter. Put the quarter in her hand, turned her hand over, tapped the back of her hand, turned her hand back over, there's 2 quarters in her hand. Misha was like, man, come on, y'all. I'm like, Joe, how'd you do that? Misha snatched us up. He was like, man, nah, that ain't right.
Wow.
Because I believe the quarter belonged to one of us.
Wow.
Put it in her hand, turned her hand over, tapped her hand, opened her hand back up. She had 2 quarters in her hand. I witnessed this with my own eyes.
Right.
That intrigued me about magic. Hadn't experienced too many miracles yet.
Right.
I've experienced my share of miracles. We're gonna get on that too.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But that's magic. That's the devil's area. You know what I'm saying? Well, let's see what the definition of a miracle is.
Okay.
You know? That was magic. Some supernatural
What does it say
stuff.
miracle?
Let's see what it says about a miracle. You know, because that's what he's doing with us.
This is
Working
miraculous. Yeah.
This is something supernatural at place here, but it's
Right.
not demonic.
No, it's not.
Let's see what the miracle is. Miracle. An act or happening in the material or physical sphere that apparently departs from the laws of nature or goes beyond what is known concerning these laws. Supernatural occurrences. Supernatural occurrences. Now, it says miracle play, a medieval dramatic representation of events related in the Bible. But that's basically it for miracle. There was several for magic. For a miracle, it's an act of happening, an act or happening in the material or physical sphere that apparently departs from the laws of nature or goes beyond what is known concerning these laws. A supernatural occurrence. Savior walked on water. Everybody, you're not supposed to be able to walk on water. Water isn't solid. It's a liquid. But it wasn't magic. It was a miracle. He controls the elements.
He controls the elements.
You know what I'm saying?
He told the storm to shut up.
Told the storms and fall back. You know what I'm saying? Told the
That's a
wind
miracle.
to cease.
There wasn't no magic.
Peace. Be still. And the elements listen to him. That's power.
That's power.
That's unbridled power. You understand what I'm saying? So that's how I know with our little situations, and I say little because
they are little.
our lives are finite,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying, insignificant.
Our own spheres are so small.
Specks of dust in the grand scheme of
Vapors.
things. Vapors. Blades of
Like
grass.
vapor.
You know what I'm saying? If he can tell a storm, a literal tempest, to relax, I believe he possesses the power to step into the future
Oh, absolutely.
onto March 15th and dead everything. How? I don't know. It's not my job to know.
Not your job.
You know what I'm
If
saying?
you knew how, you'd be God.
I'd be God.
Right.
or I do it myself.
Right.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Mhm.
But I believe that when I asked him the other day, he did it. He stepped into the future and stopped some demonic activity that's brewing, because it ain't nothing but the devil. You know what I'm saying? That's attempting to bring about this madness. And I'm thankful, I'm grateful that the Most High has the patent on miracles.
Patent on it.
They belong to him.
They do. Can't nobody else do it but him.
Can't nobody do it but him. Or it ain't, you ain't gonna do it unless he gives you
Unless
the
he
ability
gives you
to do it.
permission, right?
Now, you can play with the devil and conjure up all types of magic. I would advise against that. You know what I'm saying? That's nothing that you want to play with. You get caught up on that side. It'll take a miracle to get you back.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. So it ain't like it's too late if you're playing with magic, but there's a difference between the two. You know what I'm saying? One belongs to the enemy, one belongs to the Most High. We're not asking for no act of magic. You know, I'm not seeking a trick to take place. No trickery, no tomfoolery. A flat out miracle. He's done it before. He's no respecter of persons. I believe he's going to do it again.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen it in my own life. I've witnessed this. I've witnessed it in the life of family members. I've witnessed it in the life of friends. Whereas, I mean, I should not be sitting right here, period. Not just because I could or should be in jail. I should be dead. You know what I'm saying? It's a miracle when you squeeze the trigger on a gun and the bullets don't come out.
Right.
And it don't jam. You know, you hear the click,
But
don't nothing come out. Several times. Or when you know you're in a situation where the person that's holding the gun should shoot you, but they don't. And they're being urged, shoot them. Bust them.
Yeah.
It's like, what are you doing? I'm glad little homie didn't have a gun. Or I might have been dead, you know what I'm saying? Or maybe not, whatever, it didn't happen like that. You know, when the car keeps itself on the road, because you sleep
Come on.
behind the wheel,
Preach.
dusted,
Dusted.
and the car stays on the road. Or when you riding and the car is hydroplaning
Yeah.
and the steering wheel is going like this,
Yeah.
but the car's driving straight. That's Beachy's testimony. He was driving. I'm watching the wheel go like this. He just took his, he's just looking at the wheel like Joe. In the car, we going up 295. Car steady
Straight.
going. Steady going.
That don't make no sense.
Miracle. If it made sense, if it was explainable, you know, it wouldn't. He wouldn't be able to get the glory. We would have something to do with it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And he'll tell you that story. He considered himself a pretty good driver,
Yeah.
and he is. He had no control in that situation. None. You know, when your truck go off the road, it should flip several times. That it goes through a gully and comes up over a little embankment and comes back through that same little trench and get back on the road. And nothing happened to the vehicle. You know, some dirt in the bumper. You know, when you in court,
Come on.
when you facing the United States of America, when the big eagle is behind the judges,
Right.
not district court.
Right.
This is was it the Fourth Circuit of the Eastern District of the United States. This is the federal, man. This
It's
the
up
same
there.
judge that sentenced Michael Vick. You know what I'm saying? And you see the United States of America against you. The only lawyer, the only person that can help you in that situation, especially if you're just a regular person.
Right.
If you high profile, you got big money,
Yeah.
you know, you
You
might
got
be able to
lawyer
buy your way
teams in
about
there.
it.
You got
Yeah.
a team of lawyers.
And we had a team. We had 5 lawyers, but it was five of us, 5 co-defendants. The Most High saw fit, not guilty. Yahushua died for us and we was guilty. While we were yet sinners, he died for us.
Yeah.
So we co-defendants anyway, whether you ever caught a charge or not. In the courts of heaven, he's going to be our co-defendant. You know what I'm saying? He's our lawyer. He's the witness. He's the faithful witness. The devil's prosecuting. He's prosecuting everybody. That's his job. He wants to accuse everybody of something. Say it right there like, nah, man, I got him. Just like that. I got him. You know, you just hold his hands out. But you got to choose him for that to work on your behalf.
You do.
He wants us to see things just that simply. It's already been taken care of. All we got to do is believe it. You know what I'm saying? And if you do slip up, just come back. He ain't going to kick you.
What do you have for people who have never experienced a miracle or they can't recall experiencing one? like people have heard my testimony. I'm sure they've heard yours, and they see the source of your passion and why you minister the way you do, and why your belief and your trust is where it is. And they's like, yeah, it's a miracle that you're alive at 39. It's a miracle that you got back from that trip with all your limbs, everything. You all right? You know what I'm saying? In places where they don't speak your language, or it's a miracle that you got back from the club and all your homeboys was dusted in the back seat and you the one pushing, and then you got nerve enough to boast about the way you could drive home from the club. Notorious guilty for that. And then going to the club and there's a shootout. Ain't nothing hit you.
Ain't nothing hit you, excuse me.
Or brawl. You ain't feel not a nail, kick or punch. You got out and you in and out clean. As a matter of fact, the way you got out seems like you were led out. You squeezed through the crowd. I mean, just when somebody's leaning over to lunge, that's when you slip behind them. And then another person falls and they end up moving out your way. You just got a path and you. Or when you come to the threshold of a club and you were told not to go in there and that you wouldn't be able to. But you come to the very threshold. I'm talking about right past the line. That's where the party at, and you can't cross it. Blows your mind. Yes, all these things that we talking about that I just finished discussing, they have happened. And they have pushed my faith to a place where it's like, bottom line, he's in control. Bottom line. I don't care what I can't see. I don't care what I can't figure out. He's in control.
See, disobedience comes naturally. You know, it's a struggle to be obedient. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I've even said myself, you know, it's harder to do wrong than it is to do right, because you got to make yourself do it when you know better. But it comes natural to want to do the wrong thing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And to anybody that may not know if they've experienced a miracle, all you got to do is think about anything that you have made it out of that you know you didn't have no business doing. If you've ever done anything that you knew you didn't have no business doing and you were spared through the process, trust me, the devil would have loved to have taken you out. That's a miracle. The fact that you even here is a miracle. Birth in and of itself is a miraculous thing. Just the formation of life inside of a human being is a miracle. We all are recipients of miracles because we're breathing. You know what I'm saying?
We were all important and specifically supposed to be here because the sperm that ignited with that egg had to race thousands of others.
And millions.
Millions. Yeah, that's right. Millions. You're right. Millions of others. So,
but he picked you.
You're the one that made it.
By design. And it's for a reason. It's for a reason. See, that's how you transition. That's how you transition, man. Isaiah 49.
Okay.
That's how you transition. Listen. Isaiah 49. Listen, O isles, unto me, and hearken ye people from afar. Yahweh hath called me from the womb. From the bowels of my mother hath he made mention of my name. And he hath made my mouth like a sharpened sword, like a sharp sword. In the shadow of his hand hath he hid me, and made me a polished shaft, in his quiver hath he hid me. And he hath made my mouth like a sharp sword. In the shadow of his hand hath he hid me, and made me a polished shaft. And his quiver hath he hid me. And said unto me, Thou art my servant, O Israel, in whom I will be glorified. Verse 8, and this for E. Thus saith Yahweh, in an acceptable time have I heard thee, and in a day of salvation have I helped thee. And I will preserve thee, and give thee for a covenant of the people, to establish the earth, to cause to inherit the desolate heritages, that thou mayest say to the prisoners, Go forth. To them that are in darkness, show yourselves. They shall feed in the ways, and their pastures shall be in all high places. They shall not hunger nor thirst, neither shall the heat nor sun smite them. For he that hath mercy on them all lead them, even by the springs of water shall he guide them. And I will make all my mountains a way, and my highways shall be exalted. Behold, these shall come from afar, and lo, these from the north and from the west, and these from the land of Sinim. Sing, O heavens, and be joyful, O earth, and break forth into singing, O mountains. For Yahweh hath comforted his people, and will have mercy upon all his afflicted. But Zion said, Yahweh hath forsaken me, and my Yah hath forgotten me. Can a woman forget her suckling child, that she should not have compassion on the son of her womb? Yea, they may forsake, yet will I not forget thee. That's the Most High. Yea, your mother may forsake thee, may forget thee, yet will I not forget thee. Behold, I have graven thee upon the palms of my hands. Thy walls are continually before me. Thy children shall make haste. Thy destroyers and they that made thee waste shall go forth of thee. Lift up thine eyes round about, and behold, all these gather themselves together and come to thee. As I live, saith Yahweh, thou shalt surely clothe thee with them all. As I live, saith Yahweh, thou shalt surely clothe thee with them all, as with an ornament, and bind them on thee as a bride doeth. Verse 25, but thus saith Yahweh. Matter of fact, let me keep going. For thy waste and thy desolate places and the land of thy destruction shall even now be too narrow by reason of the inhabitants, and they that swallowed thee up shall be far away. The children which thou shalt have, after thou hast lost the other, shall say again in thine ears, the place is too strait for me. Give place to me that I may dwell. Then shalt thou say in thine heart, who hath begotten me these? Saying, I have lost my children and am desolate, a captive, and removing to and fro. And who hath brought up these? Behold, I was left alone. Where had they been? Thus saith Yahweh Elohim, behold, I will lift up mine hand to the Gentiles, and set up my standard to the people, and they shall bring thy sons in their arms, and thy daughters shall be carried upon thy shoulders. And their kings shall be the nursing fathers, and their queens thy nursing mothers. They shall bow down to thee with their face toward the earth, and lick up the dust of thy feet. And thou shalt know that I am Yahweh. For they shall not be ashamed that wait for me. Shall the prey be taken from the mighty, or the lawful captive delivered? Verse 25. But thus saith Yahweh, even the captives of the mighty shall be taken away, and the prey of the terrible shall be delivered. For I will contend with him that contendeth with thee, and I will save thy children. And I will feed them that oppress thee with their own flesh. I will feed thee that oppress thee with their own flesh. I will feed them that oppress thee with their own flesh. And they shall be drunken with their own blood as with sweet wine. And all flesh shall know that I, Yahweh, am thy Savior and thy Redeemer, the mighty one of Jacob. All through this book, man, the Most High is just constantly trying to remind his people that he the one that's fighting for them. Very seldom they ever really, they went to war, they fought, they had to shed some blood, but for the most part, he did it.
You know what gets me?
What's up?
49 verse 8. The way it's worded. And in an acceptable time I have heard you, and in the day of salvation I have helped you. That's past tense. Mm-hmm. Next, I will preserve you and give you as a covenant to the people to restore the earth, to cause them to inherit the desolate heritages. That speaks of something that hasn't yet happened, but the day is already set aside where his help has already gone out in his salvation. He don't have to share that with us all the time, but the fact that he's able to do that just confirms the point where he goes into the future, because he's saying the time right now is not acceptable. When the acceptable time comes, because I know it's acceptable, the help is already there. And in the day of salvation, I have helped you. When you were saved from all your troubles, no, it was me who did it. Because I'm telling you, it hasn't happened yet, but I'm telling you it's going to happen right now.
Yeah.
The salvation is already taken care of. So when the day of salvation comes, don't forget, oh man, what happened? No, it was me, because I told you that day was set aside. It's the way you got to watch how the way this Jonah's worded, man. When you read this, though, walk through these scriptures slowly and take in how things are written and how things are said. It's a reason for it, because this is power talking. There's no human being that can speak like this. There's no human being saying, hey, down the line, when you need help, I've already provided it. Something may happen to me. I'm not promised tomorrow, but he's eternal. He lasts yesterday, today, and tomorrow. He's there already. So it's like to be dealing with the God of gods, the Most High God, who would say this to his people whom he have chosen, Israel. He said in verse 15, can a woman forget her nursing child and not have compassion on the son of her womb? Surely they may forget, yet I will not forget you. See, I have inscribed you on the palms of my hands. Your walls are continually before me. He can't forget about us even if he tried.
You can't.
That's powerful and that's reassuring. That's so reassuring. That's so reassuring. Because it speaks to my situation. It gives me hope because, I mean, it's not stuff I've forgotten. It's just stuff I need to be reminded of, if that makes sense. The whole situation where everything that is to come. Even now, with the money for the music project, I've been frustrated, but I ain't been to like, man, bump this nigga, because I know when it comes in, it's gonna be right on time. It may not be needed right now,
Right.
but it's gonna come because I've additionally prayed the prayer. If it ain't for us, then just close the door all the way and show us who it's supposed to come from. I've definitely prayed that. So if it's still coming, then that must mean it's for a specific and acceptable time.
Right.
An acceptable time. So that gives me also patience just to wait on that. And because, man, it's just like you said, Joe, we dealing with Ephesians 6:12. Young Baptists don't know what they doing.
Wrestling not against flesh and blood.
Yeah. We're not wrestling against people when we don't get what we want, or they seem like they faking, or they ain't getting back around to us. It's the warfare going on behind that. Because it's not like I'm just asking for my boy. I'm asking for another man of God who still needs who's carrying his own burdens because he's chosen to do, or he was chosen to do the ministry that he's doing. You know what I'm saying? But it's for a reason. Everything's for a reason. Because I believe there's a blessing in it for both. Because that's how he does it. It's reciprocal. When something like this is handed off, it's going to be a blessing to him in a way and a blessing for us. We know the blessing is going to be for us. Stuff can get paid for. But the type of material we're going to be coming with, when that gets brought back, it's going to help save some souls on his side. That's what I believe. So it's reciprocal. You got to look at the bigger picture on this thing. And that means, if that's the arrangements that's taking place, then he's the only one that predicts when the transaction is supposed to take place. He's the only one. Like I said, man, I'm at my grandmother's repast, and I got told I got a tent and a church. In the same conversation.
And you were told by two other people you're going to be a pastor. Like you know, I was thinking about that. It's not so much that you're going to be the pastor. And he gave me the word.
I wouldn't even want to.
It's not going to be a pastor, though.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to.
Because you made the statement with
Pastor Bradley. Nah, Joe.
You're going to be the main
I'm
presenter.
a minister there.
The main presenter of the information. We all going to be ministers.
Yeah.
But your position is going to be a pastoral position. But a pastor, we know he got a beef with them shepherds.
Mm-hmm.
You're a watchman.
Watchman. I like that better.
You know what I'm saying? You be the lead watchman. You know what I'm saying? For Hood Pride at this particular place. All of us carry that title, but the anointing that's on you for what you're capable of doing, with the gift that you have, all of us can't do that. You know what I'm saying? I see the value Michi gonna bring to this.
Right.
When he get through them one-on-one sessions with people that's going through stuff, or jokers that's facing jail time, or just coming home. I see the value E gonna bring. I see the value Damon gonna bring. I see the value Lamar gonna bring.
Mm-hmm.
I see the value Tommy gonna bring. I see the value Mahala gonna bring. I see the value I'm gonna bring. I see the value Darian gonna bring. I see the value Big Brian gonna bring. I see the value that Frank can bring, and even Steve. You know what I'm saying? Nate. I see the value that everybody that's a part of this ministry, I see just sitting in that room with them like 12 or 13 people. I might have just named 12 or 13 people. Everybody could just have a one-on-one with somebody at its appointed time, and it's at its appointed acceptable time. You know what I'm saying? That's his plan. He knew, and this how I like to tie stuff together
And
like
the
this.
salvation that comes with it is him that did it.
That's
Go ahead.
what's going to come with it. He wants to save them.
Yeah.
He got us.
Yeah.
It's some soldiers in that room that he need. He needs some of them jokers to go back around, see Pleasant, Palmer Park, wherever they from, you know what I'm saying, off of Marlboro Pike or whatever area. I don't know them areas out in Maryland, apartment complexes like that, but wherever they from, he needed them to go back into their neighborhoods and bring them to that tent. That's what Sister Fields was saying. When they come to this tent, they're going to bring their friends.
Yeah.
When they come to this church, they want to bring their family and friends to this thing. That's probably what they talk about. They probably spend 5-6 hours a day in this spot.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just in there just venting. You know what I'm saying? Just getting stuff off their chest. And what better place to do that than a place that's like church?
Mm-hmm.
They kick us out at 1:45. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you got 2 minutes. We in here.
We in here,
Joe. You got the key.
Yeah.
And if you ain't got the key, I got the key. Well, if I ain't got the key, Darian, somebody got the key. We in here though. What y'all doing tonight? Man, I ain't doing nothing. What's up? What you want to talk about? Man, look, I gotta go pick my kid. Go get your kid. Come back. You know what I'm saying? Put them in there. Let them play with the other kids. We got some kids here too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Our kids might be teaching them something. You know what I'm saying? Little Ed gonna be a teacher. You know what I'm saying? Teaching these little youngins. You know what I'm saying? With his father teaching him. That's the Most High's plan. I'm just trying to see it. Do the best I can with my faded vision. You know what I'm saying? Stuff blurry, you know what I'm saying? But it's clear. As blurry as it is, it's clear. You know, as blurry as my vision is, they told me my vision was perfect. So I'm going to just trust the Most High with that. But I see it. I see it unfolding. And we're going to have an opportunity to do exactly what the disciples did.
Yeah.
I want to get back to the basics. You know what I'm saying? We take this thing and maybe as they might open up some other facilities somewhere and incorporate Hood Proud Ministries as their church component. And we handle that. They handle the clinical stuff. We handle the spiritual stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because there's some clinical issues in that room too. I got something. I'm sitting there listening. I'm like, dang, I need to be in here myself.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
It was definitely you. The fact that we're gonna be doing learning on both parts. Because we can learn. We got stuff to learn from them people as well.
That's true.
Because they got a lot of things that they have not been able to voice and speak about because they felt conditioned not to, or they felt it was inappropriate because of where they were, and because of what they didn't have on and how they did not look. We can't talk about that in here. But that's the real problem. You come in here talking about all this good stuff about Bammers in here who done gone through trouble. Show me where that relates to me. Show me what Samson dealt with that I'm dealing with. Show me what Elijah dealt with that I'm dealing with. Show me what Peter and Paul dealt with that I'm dealing with. When they see that parallel, then they start to see value in the word and then the one who inspired the daggone word to be written in the first place. It's just a collection of books. And then when we get the Apocrypha, bring that joint in it, man, that's what I'm looking at.
And they're going to be learning about themselves.
Yeah.
That's why I said my suggestion is to start from the beginning.
Genesis.
And let them know. See, we weren't taught the Bible as if it literally had something to do with us. It didn't get to dealing with us until we got to the New Testament and Christianity came on the scene. You know what I'm saying? Or supposedly, or whatever. These were God's people. We knew that. These were God's people. These people in the Bible were God's people. We're children of the Most High. Those are God's people. We're God's children. Would that make that us? I would think that would make that us. So why not teach it like that? This is your history. A lot of these jokers, man, if they didn't drop out of school, some of them may have education, but man, this will cut through all the BS. All the BS, man. This word is sharper than any two-edged sword. It's designed to cut through our mess. You know what I'm saying? Where you think something was done in the dark. The devil loves to just hang stuff over your head because you think ain't nobody see you. It was recorded, but the beautiful thing about going to the Most High and ask for forgiveness, like you can boldly take your situation to him, talk to him straight up, believe he forgive you, and let it go, even though you did it. And he knows you did it, but you talk to him about it, and you can let it go. He'll be like, man, I got you. Don't worry about it. I already took care of that. I was just waiting for you to tell me about it.
Yeah, man.
Sorry. I already took care of that.
Man.
And you can step to the devil. Like, what's up?
Yeah.
Nah, son, that's yours.
Confidently.
That ain't got nothing to do with me no more. I gave it to the Father. Go holler at him. Oh, matter of fact, you can't go back in his presence.
Yeah.
You can't do nothing with that. All you can do is accuse me from a distance. You outside the city. Hey, Yah, you ain't see what he did? Like, look, man, why you up here?
Man.
Why you up here? Your time ain't yet. I'm going to deal with you in a little bit.
He wants us to not believe. He wants us to be unbelieving.
Man.
He wants to drown out all faith because that's the key. It's the belief. What do you believe?
He wants to be lost. You know how many people are lost? I'm talking about
They don't know. They don't know.
They have no direction. They be lost, and everybody depend on their phones. Like you get lost and you ain't got no phone,
You sure?
you might die of anxiety. You don't know where, but you in the city.
Said diving.
I'm talking about, man, there's people from this city
Yeah.
that don't know how to get around this city without they flipping phone.
Right.
I'm like, Joe, come on, man. You've been here too long.
Yeah.
Park your car, get out, walk.
How the ABC
Get on
system
Metro.
work.
You know what I'm
It's
saying?
1 syllable to 2 syllables to 3. The more syllables is the further you going out in DC.
Man, alphabetical, everything alphabetical, you know what I'm saying?
Alphabetical.
Numerical,
Numbers,
man. You know,
yeah.
you got avenues and states. Come on, man.
Yeah,
You've been here long
yeah.
enough. You look at, you know, just follow the number. Where you going? You got an address, you should be able to get there.
You should be able to get.
You should be able to get there. If you got an address, you should be able to get there. Now, you get up in some of them little cuts around Southeast. You get a little crazy. There's some strange streets off. You don't want to get lost up in there, but you better have a GPS. Get up in that joint, man.
Hittites and the Kemites
you
over
don't,
there.
you don't want to be there. You get lost up in upper Northwest if you want to get lost. Oh, you're going to get lost around the Palisades. You're going to get lost.
Yeah.
Don't get lost. So, don't do it. Hey, 240-719-2560 if you got a question or a comment or actually, no, I'm talking about 240-719-2560. That's the Voxwave.com hotline. You got a question, a comment. What you think about some Somali floor in the second half, man? We've been talking about it. We ain't put that stage to use yet. You got your
I ain't got the drive.
You ain't got the drive?
I wish I had the drive. If we could plug it in through the phone, then maybe
You can plug it in through the phone.
we can.
Man, we might. Cause I'm sitting there thinking of something like, how beautiful would it be, you know, to be up in front of people
Right.
at church, at worship, breaking the word down, and the Most High say, man, spit that
Oh
up
yeah,
in
yeah,
the
yeah.
lab, Joe.
Oh, I already know. That's I've seen. That's how you know how some preachers or whatever they got their little intro.
Yeah.
That is the intro. The shamanic flow is the intro, and then you break down what you just said. You break down what you just said. Huh. But yeah, man.
I don't know what this is.
I be sick and tired of going through my mess, making so many mistakes, got a brother feeling stressed. Be doing what I can, it ain't enough, but it's my best. Too many slugs of doubt be hitting me and feel like I need a vest. I be praying on the daily, and y'all be telling me it's just a test, but it's hard trying not to stay up and avoid getting depressed. The devil wants to play checkers, but this is a game of chess. Forget about the product, it's about the process. That whole chorus is the first thing that came to me before I wrote anything down. That whole joint came to me before I wrote something down because it came out of a place of frustration. It's like, how many mistakes do I have to make? How many? And no matter how good I try to do, the mistake still is the outcome. And I know that it's my best. He knows it's my best. And so I'm talking to him, and he cavalierly is telling me, he ain't just, he calmly, man, it's just a test. And what it causes me to do, it causes me to fight against myself not to get too low, not to get too depressed, because that's when the spiritual warfare comes in, and the devil wants me to doubt and not believe. That's the battle with trying to stay up and avoid getting depressed. He wants to play checkers because it's easy for him. There's no explanation coming from supernatural. He's like, man, God don't care. It ain't gonna happen. Don't worry about it. That's checkers.
Just make a move.
Just make a move. Hurry up, dude. But this is a game of chess. You got to think about the long run. If he told me it's a test takes time. A test challenges you on multiple areas. So it's not something quick. That's a quiz, if that. But a test takes time. And you will be approved at the end of it. You can make it to the end of the test. And how you do that? By not focusing on the outcome, but about the process. Focus on the process. When he gave me that breakdown, all the verse flow just supports the chorus. The chorus is the PowerPoint.
That's true.
You got it. That's why I can't. That was the first time I had a chorus that I flowed back. Man, if you're going through it, then I know you feel me. All your sinning got you thinking, can he save me really? Then you got that phrase, thinking, you go to the church, be like, you got to get right with God. You better go get right with God. That joint sounding corny. Paul was spitting truth, talking about his sides feeling thorny, talking about Romans when Paul said he had a thorn in his side. How can I be perfect with all these rules? It makes me wonder. Every time I mess up, the devil's jabs be hitting like thunder, because he's always going to tempt me to do something wrong, but he's going to hit me as, aha, I got you. God, feeling thorny, hitting me like devil's jabs, they hit like thunder. How can I be perfect? It makes me wonder when I mess up, the devil's jazz be hitting like thunder. Guilt makes it hard to get on my knees and start. Guilt makes it hard to get on my knees and start repenting. I can sit on that all day. Guilt makes it hard to get on my knees and start repenting. And it feels like God don't hear me sometimes, and it makes me be lamenting. That means I start crying because I ain't heard his answer. He ain't gave me nothing yet. And then it's automatically a sacrifice of my pride when I finally get over my guilt and repent. But then when I don't hear nothing from him, I start getting upset. You know what I'm saying? I get more depressed because I'm not hearing nothing. To all my brothers and sisters, just know that ain't the case. To all my brothers and sisters, just know that ain't the case. All your sins are covered only by Yah's amazing grace. Thessalonians just reminds us to never stop praying. Just believe when you talk to Yah that he hears you saying, man, I be sick and tired of going through this mess. Making these mistakes got a brother feeling stressed. Doing what I can, but it ain't enough, and it's my best. The slugs of doubt hitting me feel like I need a vest. I be praying on the daily. God says it's just a test. Hard trying to stay up and avoid getting depressed. The devil wants to play checkers, but this a game of chess. Don't worry about the product. It's about the process, man. That joint. That's where I was when I walked in here, again, on that chorus. But I heard we more than conquerors in the word of Yah. Feeling boosted like David when he was dancing on his ephod. And when David was dancing on his ephod, he was boosted because he had turned things around. He had finally got stuff right. He took the altar back home the way it was supposed to. And he was celebrating because even after his mess up, when somebody got struck down, he had the nerve to get angry at that. But Yah in his mercy was like, no, you didn't adhere to what we set out for in the beginning. So now he's humble. He's like, okay, he humbles himself to go back and do it right. And then it's accepted. And that's why he's dancing. Because he's like, oh, man, he could have thrown me. He could have killed me, too. Right. He could have taken me out, too, because I did it wrong. I had the nerve to get mad, and I did it wrong. So now he's dancing on the ephod. I mean, you got to...
That's the chest plate, right?
That's the chest plate.
Dancing on the 12 stones.
Yes, dancing on them.
On the 12 stones.
Be out of bliss, out of happiness that his worship is being accepted now. That the way the Father set it up in the beginning, he adhered to it, and it's now accepted. That's what he wants all of us to do. That's why he gave us the commandments. Just adhere to what I gave you in the beginning. I desire with mercy, not sacrifice.
Obedience is better than sacrifice.
Obedience is better than sacrifice. Where was I?
Feeling boosted like David dancing on his ephod.
Feeling boosted like David dancing on his ephod. Feeling boosted like that. David dancing on his ephod. That joint left me. Here we go. Heard we more than conquerors in the word of God. Feeling boosted like David dancing on his ephod. He who began a good plan in me, he will complete it. Satan just mad because he know that he's defeated. Romans chapter 5 says we gotta have that perseverance. We weather them storm clouds that's about to break for Yeshua's appearance. Yeshua's appearance. That joint done left me.
You said something about perseverance, giving way to hope. You drowning in your sins, throw that testimony.
Just told that testimony. I knew that was the link right there.
Folks drowning in your sins, throw their testimony rope.
And you know what? See, and this is a testimony of how I've been letting myself slide with that element. And it's one thing to just say that I let it go because it's like, well, nah, I got that in the back of my pocket. That wasn't it. I was ashamed that I wasn't living out the words and the stuff that I was writing, so I ain't feel good enough to say them. And that's the realness behind what's not there or what sometimes lingers and what ain't there no more. It's because of that. It's like that burden of practicing what you preach I'll cop out and remove myself completely from it if I'm not doing it. And so I'm like, nah, that ain't me. Knowing I was given that by him, but then to be like, nah, that ain't me, and just let it go, that was been my mistake. And that's what I've been praying. That's what I've been praying about and continue to pray about.
So what about understatement? Does it sound to me like how you view your position in this thing, you kind of understated the necessity of these tracks. As you say, you didn't feel worthy about, you know what I'm saying, being able to spit them joints. When you think about the words of understatement.
When I think of his mercy and how far he done brought me, my soul be getting a brewing, shaking, stirring up like morning coffee. Just know once you get to praying and getting that word up in your diet, you'll find it hard to miss them blessings, so you better not keep quiet. That Holy Ghost get to moving, man, that joint is contagious. How you know? Why you think the men of old were standing firm and courageous? All you need is your testimony, so why don't you go ahead and tell it? No point in keeping your peace, time to let loose like a zealot. I stay giving thanks to his name. I ain't the same, the Holy Ghost making it rain. Blessings of mercy and grace, I hit like this bass. Got me finishing the run to my race. Free from my sins, true indeed. The devil, free from my sins, true indeed. The words say he gonna supply all my needs. The devil gonna cry cause he gonna fry, and I'm spitting these lyrics to tell you why. Cause when I think of Yah's love and what he do, it's just an understatement. Yeshua came to redeem me and you too. We should be celebrating, grooving in these streets. Giving thanks that he came and saved us. Ain't no other love out there that compares to my Lord and Savior.
The words ain't for you. They're not for you.
Nah, they
no point in keeping your peace. Time to break loose like a zealot. You believe it, spit it. So when you hear yourself, you'll convict yourself. But it ain't you, it's the Spirit, just like when anybody else hear it. He gave us these lyrics for the listeners, for the people that need to hear it. You know what I'm saying? If we, that's why I look at it, you know what I'm saying, as far as sermonic flow. To me, that's the main aspect of this ministry, in my opinion. You know, we're going to tell the truth anyway. Because that's what we were raised in. This is a new aspect, this verse flow, these sermons over verse flow. That's what's going to catch the ear of people. You know, I listen to our tracks, I listen to Hebrew hood music, and I'm like, man, it's messages. They're little sermons, you know what I'm saying? And you try not to get, you know, caught up on yourself, you know, like, man, yeah, I did that, because it ain't me. He just told me to try. I know I've been saying it, but he was like, finish truth, love, no judgment, and do, stop playing. I was like, all right, no problem. You know what I'm saying? That's going to come even before knock, knock, get finished. Truth, love, and no judgment has to be finished the next time we go in the studio. And he told me to do, stop playing, because it's time to stop playing. You know, because you got to have a plan. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. We got to start praying. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because Yah, he got a plan. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They say the Holy Spirit's about to be withdrawn from this earth. Yeah, we still jeffing and playing. Walking around like we got time to waste on how we feel. I feel there's no time for wasting. Yah is patient and he's waiting on his peeps to see that he's the only one that can save us. He sent his son to die to save a wretch like you and me. So it's time to step up and rep it. The Bible says he took some fish and bread and fed some thousands. And it said he turned some water to wine and gave a crippled dude a spine. He made a crazy dude sane by speaking life into his brain. And if we roll with Yahweh, for me and you, he'll do the same. He parted seas in them old days when he brought his people out of Egypt, kept them safe in the desert for 40 years, ain't even leave them. They had a rock that gave water, and he made some bread fall from the sky. And after all that he did for them, we still tripping, asking him why. Hamashiach Yahweh Shah said, he coming back. You know what I'm saying? He came here. We believe he came here. They done switched up his name. They're trying to call him something different. But like our position in this thing is to let people know that, number one, Yahshua is coming back. I say Yahshua is coming back. Yehoshua is coming back. I say Yehoshua is coming back. Yeshaya is coming back. I say Yeshaya is coming back. And Yahweh Shai is coming back. See, my man,
He coming back to real live, open up graves to take the dead and living saved with him to heaven like he said, and ain't nobody gonna stop him. To reign with Christ 1,000 years, so let me hip you to something. You best believe that party just gonna be starting. To be among those he redeemed from the earth, your worth is uncomparable. You're blessed and beloved by your house. Stop walking around stuck in deflate mode, chafed, bewildered like unrepairable. There's nothing that's too hard for your house. I used to kick it hard with Bone as a youth. You can tell with my compositions. If you misuse it, it'll leave a brother astray. But understanding what the truth is, I flipped it. Now he's aiding me on this mission. The Holy Spirit simply having his way. I ain't relying on no breakdown humanly. Nothing but what the words say. Y'all done said it, so we got to make this thing happen. He put the power in our hands to rebuke, subdue, and cast out demons. Put your glove on and get your big hand to smacking, because he's coming back. So stop playing. When he give us stuff like this, it's for purposes like this. We ain't got to drive. You know what I'm saying? That joint would have been banging in here if we had the music playing or whatever, right. But it ain't necessary. You know what I'm saying? I just wanted to spit the About Me joint, like with the track. I got it on my phone. I got the instrumental. You know what I'm saying? And the mix.
Yeah, I got some instrumentals on it too.
I mean, I kind of prefer speaking it. You know what I'm saying? I really prefer speaking it because you get a chance to hit. Because the flow he gave me is a little quicker. It's a little faster.
It is.
People
fast. Yeah.
sometimes miss what's being said. But when you break it down, to break it down, you got to know it.
You got to know it
to break it down. You know what I'm saying? And there are people that are waiting to hear round and round we go again. Fighting the thoughts within.
Wow.
Wondering how to break the trend.
Yeah.
I guess I never know. Thinking I can never win. Just stuck living in sin. Guess it's time to begin again. All right, so here we go. People need to hear that.
Yeah.
People need to hear what's
Man, can't wait for the weekend. I got that crucial lineup. Exotic Youngin coming through the crib. We about to turn up. My weed man ain't hit me back, but that's my man, so I ain't tripping. Hit the liquor store when I get off, but I stay Henny sipping. Me and my crew are well known for how we be maintaining. Been doing it since the teenage years, no need explaining. Every time my fam gets on me, I just brush them off. I stay drunk like a fish and I be blazing like a Molotov. Man, ain't nothing wrong with me. Bump all that noise they talking. You think I got a problem? You don't want it. You better keep walking. I do what I want and I'm my own man and I'm in full control. Been doing this for years. Who cares about the one who made my soul? Get out my face. I know what I'm doing. Get out my ear and just let me breathe. Just let me take another hit and sip and get my mind at ease. My heart beating, breathing heavy. Can't stop my hands from shaking. I'll be good in a minute. Just got to grab these meds I'm taking. I don't need no help. So now y'all want an intervention. Treating me like I'm a child in school, man. This ain't detention. Stop trying to mess up my routine. I'm all right for this interview. Just let me grab some more Visine. You only want to help me now because you think I'm at the brink. Tell me how you gonna fix me as I take a drink. I'm usually good at keeping my cool, but now I want to shout. And if y'all don't want no violence, then it's best y'all get out. That joint, for some reason, that's stuck in me. I can, without the beat. Because it's like people who are in that room, they're going to need to hear that because they're going to realize that rhetoric. They're going to recognize and relate to that rhetoric. And the crazy thing is, that's not been me.
How man?
In another area, that's been me, but not with alcohol.
Rolling through my city.
Man, rolling through my city where with my favorite vice is now legal. Joan is crazy. Oh, man. And you bringing back old Joan. Got this pack up in my car. My life, stress, and pain has got my mind flipping. Breaking up this loud has got my fingers sticking. That good, sweet stench got me anticipating. That THC release when my blood is circulating, blowing smoke through my nose, just like a dungeon dragon. Tightly rolled J like a packed station wagon. As my mind drifts and my endorphins leak, I let my guard down and hear the devil start to speak. Indulge in all five senses, yield with no limitations. Do whatever feels good. Enjoy those sinful sensations. Music play the serenade with this destructive lyrics. Constant themes of negativity like movie critics. I ate and laughed too much. Intolerance in my mental. Seek online for a muse to help defile God's temple, but that was my vice of choice back in the day. Every time I partake now, I hear Yeshua say, son, I know it's rough, and you just getting by, but I got more than weed, that spiritual high. That green corruptive leaf, its use is temporary. Just have faith in me and ask for peace that's legendary. Son, I know it's rough, and you just getting by, but I got more than weed, that spiritual high. That green corruptive leaf, its use is temporary. But just have faith in me and ask for peace that's legendary. Yep. They in there.
Hey, look, right?
They in there.
Real talk. I'm trying to do something. On stage, right? Hey, look, can we take a little 5-minute break real quick?
We can take a break.
Get this little music thing set up, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, a little what's the deal or something. Yeah, something.
Yeah, that's
I
something.
want to hear that joy at the studio anyway. Hey, we'll be right back.
The RJB.
Every time they see us come, watch them demons shake.
Hey man, here you come with all that stuff, man. Come on, let's go, man.
Life and death is in your tongue, so watch what you say.
Hey, real talk, what you say around him too, man? Real
His
talk.
name's Howay. If you don't know about Father Rahai, his name's Howay. And you don't know about his son Yeshai, his name's Howay. Receive the gift of Ruach Hadah, his name's Howay. Forever screaming, Kwam Yasharah, his name's Howay.
You ain't gotta tell me name's Howay. I'm calling a higher, calling them out, kicking them tables over, just like Yeshaya. Digital download of the hard copy, man, I'm 2x2s. Some of these Hebrews be acting feminine, we call them 2 wonk fools. I'm laughing at them, same time wouldn't put it past them. I ain't trying to be the boys' favorite rapper. They only rap cause they Twitter popular. That's the difference between me and them. I'm the son of Jacob, they the son of sin. The rock open, so I'ma go on in. We don't go ham, but we go shim. I'll gut that bird, put his fur on. Great warrior like Gideon. I tell you the truth, do what you do. I can't judge you like Gideon. I get
Check this out. I'm about to pull this skirt up real quick. You feel me? Wanna make it in the kingdom or what? Ain't got no
fresh. Got a whole list of do's and don'ts. Just have a seat, yeah, class a session. Praise the Father, yeah, that's a blessing. You can relate to somebody in the same stages. Yeah, I love them when the beat bang, but you know they hate it when we're true to make it. Yeah.
Time they see us come, watch them demons shake.
Hey man, here you come with all that stuff, man. Come on, let's go, man.
Life and death is in your tongue, so watch what you say.
Hey, real talk, what you say around him too, man? Real
His
talk.
name's Howay. If you don't know about Father Rahai, his name's Howay. And you don't know about his son Yeshai, his name's Howay. Receive the gift of Ruach Hadah, his name's Howay. Forever screaming, Kwam Yasharah, his name's Howay.
Jake, mind what you telling me? Cause I sit through muddy water and I ain't buying no dreams. So you best watch what you selling me. Lou and Misery out the STL, I'm out the Triple D, but like we come from the same place. Cause if you stated, then you have to show me it like I come straight out that show me state. Our doctrines best coordinate, our powers best correlate. And we live for Yeshua, so if we inspire your son, who him gonna resuscitate? Real Judah, you ain't holy, but I still see through it. We all messing, you Satan's recycling bin. The way you let him reuse ya. Try to walk my walk, cause the journey to the kingdom ain't is like a foot race. Try to use the fruits of the spirit, but then they be acting just like some fruit cakes. I turn my cheek for his name's sake, but brother, I only have 2 of them. So you best leave me alone for I smash principalities and vessels they be residing in. I take it for Christ, the highs and the lows. Said I could watch and inspire my flows. I pray that I higher by having Messiah. They are my power, you already know. The way Jake's haters like we the star, but they got it all wrong. Show about the Father, Son, and the Spirit, man. If I was super rude, shall this be my theme song?
Every time they see us come, watch them demons shake.
Hey man, here you come with all that stuff, man. Come on, let's go, man.
Life and death is in your tongue, so watch what you say.
Hey, real talk, what you say around him too, man? Real
His
talk.
name's Howay. If you don't know about Father Rahai, his name's Howay. And you don't know about his son Yeshai, his name's Howay. Receive the gift of Ruach Hadah, his name's Howay. Forever screaming, Kwam Yasharah, his name's Howay. The Messiah should be over 2,000 years old, but the letter J didn't come until 1524. Now go and search for your proof. See what all these names mean. Then read Hosea 2, verse 16 and 17. Or Hosea 4 and 6, we perish for lack of knowledge. The teachings of His Majesty, they don't teach in college. Not that devil philosophy got you always debating, and that tetragrammaton got you still calling on Satan. Is it Yahweh Jehovah? Every time they see us come, watch them demons shake.
Hey man, here you come with all that stuff, man. Come on, let's go, man.
Life and death is in your tongue, so watch what you say.
Hey, real talk, what you say around here too, man? Real talk.
Name's Howay. If you don't know about Father Rahai, His name's Howay. And you don't know about His son Yeshai, His name's Howay. Receive the gift of Ruach HaKodesh, His name's Howay. Forever screaming, Kwam Yasharah, His name's Howay.
You ain't gotta tell me name's Howay. I'm calling a higher. Calling them out. Kicking them tables over. Just like Yeshaya. Digital download of the hard copy. Man, I'm 2x2.
Yo. Oh, wow. All right, yeah, that's a bet. That's a bet. All right, cool. Let's do this. This is Up in the Lab. Wrote this joint not too long ago. Ruach gave it to me. Love this track, man. This is a good track. Get this joint out. Yo. Up in the lab with a pen in the past, your mind flowing to these beats and then they sounded too bad, my nigga. Never fiending for the praise of the hype, but the Ruach never be faking and he making me right. Hey yo, up in the lab with a pen in the past, your mind flowing to these beats and then they sounded too bad, my nigga. Never dreaming of the mic or the booth, but the Ruach be taking over and I be spitting the truth. Hey yo, been sick of wasting all my time getting hot. So much more in store for the elected, just getting by. Was acting lukewarm for years, but now I'm heating them nice. And when Yeshua get to spewing, I'll be colder than ice. It's time from the signs of the times. Get away with not confessing our crimes. Beware when those around you talking safety and peace, cause the winds of strife are turbulent and about to release. Sometimes I be wanting just to lay back and chill, eat a meal, take a pill. Come on, be on the real. You see many call two flows to do his will, and I will. Easy kill, Big O said, what's the deal? It's getting a little cloudy and I can smell that of rain, and your life will be changed. You can't stay just the same. I'm glad I know my purpose and he breaking my chains. CD Brooks in my veins, take the truth, make it plain. And yo, up in the lab with a pen in the past, your mind flowing to these beats and then they sounded too bad, my nigga. Never dreaming of the mic or the booth, but the Ruach be taking over and I be spitting the truth. Hey yo, up in the lab with his pen in the past, your mind flowing to these beats and then they sounded too bad, my nigga. Never feeling for the praise of the hype, but the Ruach be taking over and he be making me right. To my head through the phones, I used to bang with this fire like it shut up in my bones. I used to think traditional and put my God in the box, and every time I tried to trap him, he'd break out like the pox. Can't be telling everybody by their own definitions, only reciting what we think with no divine intuitions. Humility is necessary, not that worth of tradition. Now that your head's in the game, go ahead and play your position. My squad making rounds and be the shepherds we checking, and we ain't got no time for games, demons and angels be wrecking. It's time to go repent and get your household in order, and if you ain't down for truth, you better run for the border. I still be struggling, but grace and mercy be working, so don't fall into temptation, now the devil is lurking. Just keep your head up, my dude, and pray without ceasing. And now you heard this track, I know your knowledge increases. That was the thing, I was trying to hear the beat. I was trying to get my cadence because it felt like I was going off a little bit. You can get your joint. Yeah, I can't get a beat.
What? Hold on, what you say?
The RJB.
Every time they see us come, watch them demons shake.
Hey, man, here you come with all that stuff, man. Come on, let's go, man.
Life and death is in your tongue, so watch what you say.
Hey, real talk, what you say around here, too, man? Real
His
talk.
name's Hoeway. If you don't know about Father Rahai, his name's Hoeway. And you don't know about his son Yeshai, his name's Hoeway. Receive the gift of Ruach HaKodesh, his name's Hoeway. Forever screaming, Kwam Yasharala, his name's Hoeway.
You ain't got to tell me name's Hoeway. I'm calling a higher. Calling them out. Kicking them tables over. Just like Yeshaya. Digital download of the hard copy. Made them 2x2s. Some of these Hebrews be acting feminine.
Yeah, that's the right joint. Yeah, just that's the about. You said it's 4 seconds in. Yeah. Push, rewind. They took it back to 0. Go ahead, play that joint. There's a camera right there. It's the first time I'm using this stage right here on the Voxwave. See what Shawty sound like a cold fat boy on camera. Yeah. Can you cut it up a little bit, DJ? There you go. Yeah, my man.
To see a saint as mean as I've seen might leave you asking questions, but perfection is in the test. The blessings in the lesson, dark and gloomy, the moon gives its light. The brightness in the heavens, but the devil, he lurks in the night. Them demons out here swelling, claiming rank, but this bank ain't accepting checks that show the bounce. They got that dank, but the truth is just that your soul's worth more than an ounce. I'm about to bounce, I denounce this deception. After it, accepting correction. Gotta get this right before we trip out and lose resurrection. Take this contraceptive and protect yourself from the deceptive trickster. That's a jokester. Life be feeling like a roller coaster, up and down and round and round. You come up quick, then hit the ground. That ounce, that Q, that F, that pound, that coke, them pills, that white, that brown. I never thought it'd make me sick, but I'm about tired of to spit the truth so they can hear it. Prepare it so we can wear it. Bahashem Yahweh Shai is the only way we can bear it. The Ruach is in the building, so feelings they gon' get checked. You get caught slipping, out your dipping, and you might just lose your neck or your position. Your pulpit, church, or congregation stand for dauntless, but your moves out here look more like abnegation. Be divergent and just let your how guide you on your mission. Taking notes along the way. We must perfect our composition. Let compulsion go. Feel this flow. The Ruach got the will. Let's go sermonic flow. I'm spitting still. Y'all screaming at me. What's the deal? This final level vicious. Don't make your problem. No one night stand might leave you out of position. Attrition ain't part of our master plan. Tripping about to pick back up. Don't make sense. I'm about to bust. Can't be alone. I love to lust. Pick up that porn. I'm about to bust. The devil in his mouth cause he tripping. And I gotta get away from his grip. Holding me like he owned me or I owe him something. Gotta get a grip. Can't trip. Slipping back in the old school. Thinking it's impossible for us to lose as a bowl. Who's seen the devil on another level? Peeping his soul. Move anybody fool enough to roll with him as a dead fool. That's in the loop. Cruising for bruising. Going to losing cause it's strong delusion. Rooted in only 11 truths. Gonna keep it moving. So I gotta get this right before I trip out and lose resurrection. Take this contraceptive and protect yourself from this great deceptive trickster. That's the jokester. Might be feeling like a roller coaster. Up and down and round, coming up quick. Then you mess around and hitting the ground. You got that ounce, that Q, that pound, that coke, them pill, that white, that brown. I never thought it'd make me sick, but I'm about tired. So I'm spitting this truth so they can hear it. Declaring it so we can wear it. Bahashem Yahweh Shai is the only way we can bear it. Gee. Hey, that's all right. That's all right, dog. Hey, look.
What you say?
The RJB.
Every time they see us come, watch them demons shake.
Hey, man, here you come with all that stuff, man. Come on, let's go, man.
Life and death is in your tongue, so watch what you say.
Hey, real talk, what you say around here, too, man? Real
His
talk.
name's Hoeway. If you don't know about Father Rahai, his name's Hoeway. And you don't know about his son Yeshai, his name's Hoeway. Receive the gift of Ruach HaKodesh, his name's Hoeway. Forever screaming, Kwam Yasharala, his name's Hoeway.
You ain't got to tell me name's Hoeway. I'm calling a higher. Calling them out. Kicking them tables over. Just like Yeshaya. Digital download of the hard copy, man, I'm 2x2s. Some of these Hebrews be acting feminine, we call them 2 wonk fools. I'm laughing at them, same time, wouldn't put it past them. I ain't trying to be the boys' favorite rapper. They only rap cause they Twitter popular. That's the difference between me and them. I'm the son of Jacob, they the son of sin. Double rock open, so I'ma go on in. We don't go ham, but we go shim. I'll gut that bird, put his fur on. Great warrior like Gideon. I tell you the truth, do what you do. I can't judge you like Gideon. I get these boys from my album. Rock is my ghost rider, where's Shamyala? I'm ready for that war, you know I'm a rider. Left hand on my strap, right hand on my Bible. Yeah, every day I'm getting tested, but I don't fall, guess that's progression. Got a whole list of do's and don'ts. Just have a seat, yeah, class a session. Praise the Father, yeah, that's a blessing. You relate to somebody in the same stages. Yeah, I love them when the beat bang, but you know they hate it when we're due to make it. Yeah,
Time they see us come. Watch them demons shake.
Yeah. Had a little bit of sermonic flow up in this joint, man. We was having some fun. There's going to be more of that. I mean, now that we know we got the option to do it much more readily, I ain't got to bring my drive. If I simply got it on my phone, then it's going to work out. We're going to have a little bit more of that going. The drive is better? All right, shoot, I'll bring the drive back. Yeah, I'll bring it back because I know what it is. But yeah, man, these sermonic flow tracks, like Oak said, they ain't for us. They minister to us actually while we writing them because they coming from a place, they're being pulled out of us, you know what I'm saying? We can't readily talk the stuff that we ain't been through unless the Most High gives us that knowledge, like with that track that I just did, acapella. What's the name?
Up in the lab.
Yeah, Up in the Lab, but the drinking jump.
What is the name of that joint?
I say it at the end of the track. Anyway, the tracks that we have been given, we have more of them on the SoundCloud. We ain't talked about that in a minute. The SoundCloud page that we got, if you look up Sermonic Flow in SoundCloud, you'll find our page. And it's pretty much got everything that we've done on there, for the most part. Except the new stuff. Yeah. Except for the new stuff. The new stuff, I'm waiting for that to get mastered before I put that up on the cloud. But y'all's blessing, man. We getting more stuff. And the stuff we have that is more recent denotes the growth that we've undertaken. Because there's a stark difference between our early tracks and where we at now.
Yeah, pre-revelation and post-revelation.
Exactly.
That's how the Most High gave it. Pre-revelation and
post-revelation.
You'll see the difference.
Yeah, you will.
You'll see the difference in the verbiage, in the words. You know what I'm saying? That's being used. But again, I mean, not even again, but one thing I love about sermonic flow, and that's why I think sermonic flow is distinct. You know what I'm saying? It's not the same as gospel rap or rap period, as far as I'm concerned, or you know, hip hop. It may have that beat. It ain't got the flow and the words rhyme. I mean, in my opinion, to venture into rap or hip hop, the desire would probably have to be there to be an entertainer, because that's what rappers and people that are in that field, the entertainers. We're not entertainers. You know what I'm saying? It's not. I have no desire to be on stage. I just wanted to do some sermonic flow, but you know, an element of entertaining is needed. You know what I'm saying? Because you are making music, you're doing music, and you are in front of people. But my goal is to get the words out. You know what I'm saying? My goal is to get it so the people
can understand
what's being said and can catch the message. You know what I'm saying? Because there is a message. And a lot of these tracks, it's funny because the Most High will make it personal and we don't even know it until it's finished. You know what I'm saying? It's like, as you write, then you go back and you read it, and like, dang, oh man, I wrote that.
Yeah.
He told me to talk about that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And because it's on paper, now you got to get it and get it recorded. And regardless, you know, we talk about some personal stuff. You know what I'm saying? Some vices or whatever the case may be, and it's not embarrassing. It's ministry. Like Lamar said at the end of the track, man, this ain't just music, it's ministry. And then the Truth, Love, No Judgment joint. That's why that joint gonna be so mean when it's finally completed.
Yeah.
But, you know, all praise to the Most High. He's given us this platform. He's given us this ability. And, you know, as long as he got breath in our lungs and he gives us the opportunity, that's what we got. You know what I'm saying? That's what we moving to, man. I just wanted to give him what's the deal, but, you know, it's all good. It's all good. I ain't even really got to get up for real. Ron got the little, nah, I ain't gonna do that. I ain't gonna do that. You got the joint over there, you can do it from right here. But I love these tracks, man, all of them. I was playing up in the lab when you pulled up. You know what I'm saying? You probably ain't know it, man. I love these tracks. They speak something to me. I don't listen to regular music no more. You know what I'm saying? I don't. You know, I don't get nothing out of it. You know, it's frustrating. You know, I was sitting against my will, listening to some radio stuff. Man. You know, I don't even do the go-go no more. You know what I'm saying? As much as the go-go used to be my pulse. That's what. I still love percussion, but I just can't do it no more, man. If it ain't uplifting the Most High, if it ain't edifying, you know what I'm saying? The desire ain't even there no more. You know, I mean, I do love percussion, you know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna listen to something that crank, but like, if the lyrics is foul, you know what I'm saying, or glorifying some nonsense, I ain't got no part of that anyway. But I ain't even with that no more. Period. Not judging nobody that ain't transitioned or don't have a desire to transition, but that mic check. He said my mic must be jacked low.
No, you good.
I don't know. Mic check on your mic. You hear me, bro? Hey. You hear me now? Oh yeah. I hear myself. It's probably how I was talking. Oh, you might have turned the phone up, D, or the TV.
Turn the phone, TV, whatever you got.
It's done.
Yeah. He said, somebody said, see, we got to get a computer, man, because people talking, and I don't know what they talking about. I can't, my phone cheap. I got a dumb phone. You got the good iPhone. Let me see if I can pull this up and see if somebody might have asked a question or something. I don't know. Let me see. Can you pull the show up?
Yeah, I'm pulling it right now.
There you go. I see it all the time. You gotta be on YouTube to see that.
All praise. Oh, is that Darian?
Yeah. All praise to the Most High.
Mic check on your mic.
What's the name, man?
What's that?
When you,
So I can log into
How
the
y'all
Wi-Fi
brothers
here?
doing, man?
Cause I got an iPad I can bring in this joint too. Yeah.
It's good to know my brothers is online, man.
Yeah, man. Appreciate, man, the support, man. You know, the those who are viewing from home. What's happening now? Martial law, 2019. They on the streets of the city. I don't know where they at in the United States, but they out. Little D in the truck. Man, this man, Real Talk 101, man, the devil exposed. We about to start. 2019 gonna be an interesting year, man, because we love this. You know, this thing is deep though, but there's some stuff going on. Like I just seen the video on martial law. You know what I'm saying? It's being implemented, and people ain't expecting this. It's gonna scare the mess out of people when
it's
it go
coming
down.
out of nowhere. It
seemed like it. That's because ain't nobody been paying attention. Everybody in denial. That's not gonna happen in America.
Yeah.
Not in America. Maybe in a third world country. What do you think this is? When the last time you paid attention to the roadways, man, and how many homeless people are out here? And this country is falling apart, man. I mean, it's good for those that got money. If you got money, or you part of that specific group of people, yeah, you ain't got nothing to worry about, I guess.
Shoot. When I heard Cohen's testimony and everybody's walking around like pretty much ain't nothing going. This man coughed up and just told this man's whole business. He done committed heinous acts. And confidently.
That's who he was before he got in office.
Before he lost, before you right.
You know what I'm saying? Just real talk. It's real talk. It ain't just got to be about the scriptures. It's exposing the devil. This man has been an arrogant ace his entire life. And he does it proudly. But he's a great businessman. He said you got to kill or be killed. That's his mindset. I don't think he has I don't care what he talk about, he a Christian or whatever. You ain't rocking with the Most High with a mindset like that. You know what I'm saying? It's what his father, I was just watching a documentary on their family before I came, and his father said, we killers and we royalty. Meaning we're going to step on whoever we got to step on to keep ourselves in a position of power. And they're a powerful family. Grandfather was a pimp out California. You know what I'm saying? Brothels and bars, you know what I'm saying? Pops came on the scene, Fred came on the scene, got big in real estate, you know, but didn't want to rent to no black people or no Hispanic people, but was creating projects. You know what I'm saying? O'Donnell came on the scene. I think the joint said he was 24 when he took over the business. 24 when he took over his father's multi-million-dollar business, you know what I'm saying, the family business. And he just, man, the dude is interesting. He's interesting, man. If you watch the documentary on your president and on the president of this country and see who y'all elected. see who you elected. And he been telling you this for 30-some years. He ain't never told, well, I ain't gonna say he ain't never lied. He's been lying from the beginning.
He ain't care about covering it up.
It ain't got nothing to do with it. He don't care how you perceive him.
Hell yeah.
He does not care how you perceive him. You are not in his class.
Yeah.
We're not, but see, this matters by the Creator, the watchman, and the demand by the intent of the Holy Ones, to the intent that the living may know that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men and giveth it to whomsoever he will and set it up over the basis of men. I may not have quoted that exactly
right.
the way it goes, but he said he sets up in the kingdom of men.
He lines them up, knocks them
those
down.
who he wants or who he deems. He ain't get elected without the Most High knowing.
Right.
It ain't a mistake, basically. And he said he sets up the basis of men. The basis of men. The lowest of humanity. Mm-hmm. Can be placed in a position of authority. Clearly. And what better person to be in position to kick this thing off? I've been saying that since the man said he was running. I said, oh, it's going down. No, people wanted Hillary to get elected so we can get some more time. What you want more time for? To do what? Keep messing up? You better get right for the sky cracking your Howard Shack about to get us in your butt. Don't be ready. You better get right now. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's going down whether you're ready or not. You say, ready or not, here I come. You know?
This is what it is. I was sent to let you know. Got to pick a side instead of swaying to and fro. See, sinning ain't a game, but you playing like a pro. It's time to make a choice to where your soul is going to go. So please don't be confused because the war's already won. The price already paid because of the blood shed by the son. Don't matter who you are, and it don't matter what you've done. It's time to get ready because we at that final level.
Shout out to my nephew Ed, man. Ed Michi crew watching. See you, nephew. Yeah, man. This is it. Man, look. Just get ready. Get ready. Look, my mother we used to sing a song as kids, right? Years of time have come and gone since I first heard it told how Yahushua will come back again someday. If back then it seemed so real, then I just can't help but feel how much closer his coming is today. Lift up the trumpet and loud let it ring. Yahushua is coming again. Cheer up, ye pilgrims, be joyful and sing. Yahushua is coming again. Coming again. He's coming again. Yahushua is coming again. Won't it be sad, so sad, when my Savior comes and you won't be ready? Sad, so sad. Because then it's going to be too late. Coming again. He's coming again. Yahushua is coming again. Watch the signs of the times because he's coming again. And we was little kids singing it. That's what I tell my mother it's her fault. You did this young. You had us up there telling us, Satan, we going to tear your kingdom down. Don't you know, Satan, we going to tear your kingdom down. As little kids, all in unison. And that's what we going to do, nigga.
Yeah, pretty much.
Tear your kingdom down. Inside out. We already been inside. Now it's time to kick the doors down and head back out. He said, come out of her, my people. So that means he got people in there. Yeah, he got people in there. They need to know. Everybody think they on the outside looking in. Nah, we all in there. Come out of her. Be not a partaker of her plagues. He about to do something big, Joe. Yeah, I think it's a game. That man closed the door. Pope Francis closed the door, Joe. Symbolically, he closed the door. They call it the door of something. Closed the doors of mercy. I think it was the mercy door of the Vatican. It stayed open, I guess. I guess the public had access in and out of this particular. Man, closed them joints, and the camera angle caught. It was the angle of him being inside, and then it peered across the St. Peter's Square, and all this sea of people, and all you see is him standing there, closing the door. And everybody's out there, and him and all his cardinals and bishops and whoever, they on the inside. You know what I'm saying? But that's the door of mercy that was closed. That's not to say the Father done, coincided his move with the move of the enemy, but Joe, it's not a game. They didn't take the gloves off. See, the Bible says that 666 is the number of a man. So that all of us with ear to hear this, listen intently and understand. This man speaks blasphemous words against Yah, his organization that has a plan. If you side with him, you will receive a mark, either in your forehead or in your hand seed. The forehead mark means a choice was made conscientiously for you to go against him, for you to go against him. One of your hands shows you just a follower or got caught sleeping out here on this fence. The Bible also says this man in 6s thinks he has the ability to alter Yah's set times and laws, to bring about chaos and wars, confusing Yah's people and raising questions, resulting in pause. How dare he stand himself in the place of Yah on earth as if by some divine ordination he received this title. The vicar of Christ, I doubt that seriously. And all you did was make Yah your rival. See, I don't know about you, but beefing with Yah is not something on my bucket list that I want to do. See, I said, I don't know about you, but beefing with Yah is not something on my bucket list that I want to do, because he keeps it true. And by he, I mean Yah, the Ancient of Days, the Almighty, says he's I am. With him to stand is my plan. His hand, my hand. Can't see this happening any other way. See, playing with fire will get folk burnt. Don't learn the hard way. We got to get with Yah now. The beast is ready. His mark is in his hand. Don't let its false doctrine become your final shroud. The Pope closes door on rare Year of Mercy Jubilee, shutting entrance way at St. Peter's. Francis marks an end of period intended to highlight outreach to downtrodden, in particular refugees and the homeless.
What?
Shutting entryway at St. Peter's, Francis marks end of period intended to highlight outreach to downtrodden, in particular refugees and homeless. That's in the Times of Israel. It says Vatican City, Pope Francis on Sunday brought to a close the Catholic Church's Year of Mercy, shutting the holy door at St. Peter's after a packed 12 months that saw him raise Mother Teresa to sainthood and welcome Syrian Muslim refugees to the Vatican. The Argentine, who says he is inspired by St. Francis of Assisi. I probably ain't what to say, but I just spent the year with the downtrodden. The Argentine, who says he is inspired by St. Francis of
Asinine.
You see, A-S-S-I-S-I. I don't know. Whatever it is. Spent the year with the downtrodden, holding special masses and passing one Friday every month with refugees, victims of sex trafficking, the sick, the elderly, and vulnerable children. I guess that's over.
So no more outreach to them.
Nah, man.
No more mercy for them.
Nah, that's done. The dragon is about to show you who he is. See, Rome, y'all need to look at history. The Roman Catholic Church, look up the Inquisition. Look up the Inquisition and see how hard them jokers went, Joe. You know what I'm saying? Slaughtering. Even with the Crusades. You know what I'm saying? You banging Christianity like the Savior went around killing. He didn't kill to force people to join his allegiance. You know what I'm saying? They killed his disciples. The Empire of Rome at the hand of the Pharisees. But they won. In my opinion now, I mean, you know, do some studying. You'll figure it out. But think not that when Rome receives her authority as she had once before, that she's going to have a problem with unleashing that dragon, that beast, and they got goons like the U.S. fighting. Man, come on, man. Y'all better wake up. Stop playing. For real. Our job is to expose. I don't give a dab blame. Man, yeah, I'm going to tell you the truth, you know. So either you accept it or you don't accept it. You agree or you disagree. It don't make much of a difference to me. If you don't believe me, look it up. Do some research. If you think it don't apply to you, then I guess I won't see you in heaven. But, hey, if you care about your soul's salvation.
Let the Ruach work.
Man,
work. Conviction may be hitting you right now, and you might slough that joint off. Yah in his mercy is going to revisit you. How many times, how often, we don't know. We don't know how many times he deems that you need. But ultimately, don't let that last warning Going heated.
So that strong. One thing about that strong delusion will implant itself in people's minds and their beings to the point where they conclude that has nothing to do with me. If you've made the mistake of concluding that this information has nothing to do with you, the warning is, because the watchman's job is to warn the people. I'm not gonna fluff. I'm not gonna pacify you. That's not my job. I'm gonna give it to you raw, uncut, like ether. The Most High desires that none would perish, that it all would come to repentance. His Spirit is here to lead us into all truth. So don't think for a second that he wants to just let you go. What I'm encouraging you to not do is dismiss truth because you think you know something, because you were told something. Figure it out for yourself. Dig, man. Dig. Stop playing on the surface. Stop playing on the surface. It's high time that we awake out of sleep. That's what the scriptures say. You know what I'm saying? It's time to wake up, Joe.
That's pretty much all I got.
Yeah, me too.
Over the word of prayer.
Yeah, we appreciate y'all tuning in. You know, seek truth, man. Believe this stuff, man. Believe this stuff. You ain't got to take our word for it, man. Brad will give you that. You ain't got to please. Matter of fact, don't take our word for it. Man, assume that we don't know what we're talking about and check
for yourself.
Assume we have no clue what we're talking about and we tripping, and just go look the information up. And
try to prove us wrong.
Yeah, and you got the number 24719-2560. Write your questions down. Call in with your comments. If you want to cuss us out, you know, if you feel like we saying something wrong, please call in. The spirited debate is never going to be turned away. I enjoy spirited debates. I live for them.
Mm-hmm.
That's me. That's that foot. That's that foot in me. You know. But with that, we're going to go ahead and close in prayer. Bow your head. Most High Hashem, thank you for coming through here this evening. Thank you for allowing your Ruach to be present in this building. I ask that you be with the viewers, those who are seeking truth, those who don't know that they should be seeking truth, those who think they got the truth, those who are just a victim of the strong delusion, and those who may just be wayward, just out here like a leaf in a tornado. Remove the strong delusion. Peel back the curtain. Remove the dross from our eyes so we can see, you know. Touch our eye sockets. Touch our earlobes. Touch our tongues. Clean our hearts. And forgive us for all our iniquities. I'm asking you right now on the air, in the presence of these witnesses and those that are watching, move in a special way and in a particular way on E's court situation. It ain't nothing but the devil that brought all this mess about to begin with, trying to take his servant out as he was transitioning, as he is transitioning into full service for you. You know, you got him running up in a burning building one day, and then demons mentally harassing him the next day. It's all spiritual. It's all supernatural. But just like you kept them 3 Hebrew boys in that fiery furnace, and you kept him in that burning building, in the midst of this fiery situation that's going on right now, you got the ability to make the midst of that fire moist and cool, because that's how your Ruach work. Thank you for stepping into the future, into the 15th. I don't know what time, but you do. I don't know what type of ill feelings are floating around. I don't know what type of mess the devil got brewing in the minds of the people that are going to be trying to bring this nonsense against them. But I'm thanking you in advance for the naval blockade that you instituted with your angels, that's going to rebuke and hold back every demonic influence, every demonic power that's going to try to get at them on that day. Mm-hmm. I know you can do it. I'm thanking you in advance. I'm asking for your will to be done in his life and his family's life. You know, pray for all of our families. You know, Brad's family, as they still mourn the loss of his grandmother. Omar's family as their grandmother just passed. Be with our health. We're not young no more. You know, we beat ourselves up. Be with this Voxwave family. Continue to help it to grow and prosper in its efforts. We need you to do something miraculous, you know, in multiple areas. I heard my phone buzz. I didn't look at it. It may be a prayer request. If it is, you already know what it is. So whatever it is, I'm lifting that up to you too. I know Darian and D watching. I know that much. I know my brother watching. I know Jeanette watching. Whatever they got, whatever's going on with them, specific unspoken requests, I'm asking that you reach into them, take it out, and do with it whatever it is they need you to do with it. Give Darian that clear insight that he needs to see the situation at Breath of Life for exactly what it is. Give Damon, you know, the strength to make it through the night. He out there hauling loads and clear his path, you know, get the traffic out of his way, get the knuckleheads off the street. You know what my brother's desire is. You know what he needs. You know what his family needs. And be with the youths, you know what I'm saying, all my nieces and nephews. Be with Jeanette and her transitioning and her seeing where you would have her go with her next move, her life. Be with our children. Continue to be with the old folks. Time is winding up. Remove the fear, the doubt. Give us clarity as to what it is our next move should be. Prepare us for this time of tribulation that's going to be like no man has ever seen. Let us not be scared. You know, just keep moving forward. When wartime comes, help us not to be scared. We just keep moving forward. And I'm thanking you in advance for everything you're going to do. Thank you for sparing my life on my birthday. Thank you for regulating my blood pressure. Forgive me for tripping and messing around and making it go up and down. You know us. You know us better than we know ourselves. And that's the thing. You know us better than we know ourselves. So what you got for us is always going to be better than what we got for ourselves. So thank you in advance. I'm thanking you in advance. I'm claiming deliverance and victory for all of us, everybody that can hear me. Thank you for this opportunity with the ministry. Thank you for our tent. Thank you for our place of worship. Thank you for the fields and the ministry that they have. Be with the people that was in that room, whatever they're going through. I remember Paul's name. That's just the only name that stuck out of my head. Paul. I wonder if he even knows who he is and what the significance in his name. But he sounds like a soldier. So work out his situation. I think he got his kid. Be with the other young lady who fiance about to come home and got the issue with the dude. Work that out. All of them, I can see their faces. I don't know their names, but you know who they are. Touch all of them. Work their situations out so they know without a shadow of a doubt that it was the Most High Yah and not magic or luck, but miracles from on high that made these things possible. Open doors. Keep them open. They closing the doors of mercy, but can't nobody close the doors you open. Man, thank you for being the one in control. You are the one. You are Yah. You are our Elohim. We don't rock with man. Make that known in the world. This is my prayer in Yahweh Shai's name. Amen.
Amen. Real Talk 101, Sunday afternoon, 6 to 8 p.m. Thank you for joining us again for another session. We will be back with you next week. Till then, may Yah bless and keep.
Seek truth.
What? Hold on, what you say?
The RJB.
Every time they see us come, watch them demons shake.
Hey man, here you come with all that stuff, man. Come on, let's go, man.
Life and death is in your tongue, so watch what you say.
Hey, real talk, what you say around here too, man? Real
Cause
talk.
name's whole way. If you don't know about Father Rahai, cause name's whole way. And you don't know about his son Yeshai, cause name's whole way. Receive the gift of Rawakadah, cause name's whole way. Forever screaming, Kwam Yasharala, cause name's whole way.
You ain't got to tell me names whole way. I'm calling a higher, calling them out, kicking them tables over, just like Yeshaya. Digital download of the hard copy, man, I'm 2x2s. Some of these Hebrews be acting feminine. in there, we call them two wonk fools. I'm laughing at them, same time, wouldn't put it past them. I ain't trying to be the boys' favorite rapper. They only rap cause they Twitter popular. That's the difference between me and them. I'm the son of Jacob, they the son of Sin. Double rock open, so I'ma go on in. We don't go ham, but we go shim. I'll gut that bird, put his fur on. Great warrior like Gideon. I tell you the truth, do what you do. I can't judge you like Gideon. I get these bars from my album. Rock is my ghost rider, word shot me out. I'm ready for that war, you know I'm a rider. Left hand on my strap, right hand on my Bible. Yeah, every day I'm getting tested, but I don't fall, guess that's progression. Got a whole list of do's and don'ts. Just have a seat, yeah, class a session. Praise the Father, yeah, that's a blessing. You can relate to somebody in the same stages. Yeah, I love them when the beat bang, but you know they hate it when we're true to make it. Yeah,
time they see us come, watch them demons shake.
Hey man, here you come with all that stuff, man. Come on, let's go, man.
Life and death is in your tongue, so watch what you say.
Hey, real talk, what you say around here too, man? Real
Cause
talk.
names hold weight. If you don't know